PathMonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 90% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. PathMonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences, such as case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add PathMonk to your website in seconds. Let the artificial intelligence do all the work. Get access to 50% more qualified leads so you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us out on PathMonk.com. In today's episode of PathMonk Presents, I've got a very special guest with me joining today. Please welcome Kolby, who is the Senior Marketing Manager at EvenBound. So, for things that Kolby is passionate about is HubSpot, social media marketing, email marketing, and building strong client relationships. And for all of you who don't know, EvenBound is a full-service digital marketing and growth agency. So they use comprehensive tailored marketing strategies and personalized HubSpot training sessions to help you grow your business and to help their clients. Kolby, thank you so much for joining us today. It's an honor to have you on our show.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here. I do a podcast of my own, and I was telling you earlier, this is like the first podcast I'm an interviewee. So I'm really excited to be on the other side of it.
Yeah, definitely. And we're super excited to have you here. And as for your podcast, when can our audience expect to, can we check out your podcast now? Do you have any episodes, or is it in the process of being prepped currently?
Yeah. Yep. So we've been going since August of last year. And it's called the Marketing in Minutes podcast. The idea is that a few times a week, we will put out short 5 to 10, 15-minute episodes where we just ask one marketing question that's either relevant or something we've been talking to clients about. And it's just like that quick hit of marketing information that you may or may not know you needed. So it's really fun, super easy listen, like if you're on a short commute or maybe you're doing some chores. But yeah, you can definitely check that out. We're on all the streaming platforms. So
awesome. Perfect. Yeah. And I like the idea too, where it's small, snackable content where it's concise and to the point, but it's still really engaging too.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely. So now for all of our audience members, tell us about what EvenBound does overall and who your clients are. What is the problem that you solve for your clients, and how do your clients find you as well?
Yeah. So I think you did a great job explaining who EvenBound is in the beginning. We would definitely describe ourselves as a growth marketing agency. We definitely specialize in HubSpot, digital transformations and marketing strategies. We also do a lot of website projects and web ops projects. So, and just for context, we are a mostly remote team with about 23 and growing people. Our team members are throughout all the U.S. I'm in Michigan, and our home office is here in Michigan, but we have people in South Carolina. We had some people in New York, so kind of all over the place. It's a really fun team to be a part of. Outside of what we do, who we really do it for, we usually work with B2Bs. So a lot of construction, manufacturing, home building, and real estate is a really big market for us. But we've also worked with our fair amount of B2C. So we've had clients that are dentists, very large e-commerce companies, various educational institutions. So kind of all over the board, but I would say our bread and butter is really B2B marketing and, B2B inbound marketing. With these companies, a lot of the times they come to us saying, hey, we need a new website. And we'll usually ask them, well, why do you need a new website? And their answers can vary, but a lot of the times it's we're not getting enough leads. And we say, well, that's not always a website problem. Maybe there's a conversion problem. There's some more opportunity for RevOps within your website. So that's kind of what leads us into working with them in a team as a service capacity. So again, we do things from inbound marketing with emailers and a lot of blog and content strategy to outbound marketing with, again, different type of emailers, but also paid media. And then, like I've mentioned, HubSpot, we're a HubSpot partner, and we really rely on those tools to help us get our clients where they want to go. And I think your last question was, how do they find us?
Yes, that is correct. How do we find you?
Yep. So currently our main channel of attribution is through the HubSpot referral network. So we have some really tight relationships there. We work directly with a lot of the HubSpot team. So I think that's been a great benefit for us. But outside of that network, a lot of people find us from our inbound marketing efforts. I mean, we've been blogging for years. So we have a really well built out blog, and that's where so much of our website traffic comes from. And through variations of like conversion optimization, we've been able to capture a lot of those website visitors into leads from our inbound marketing efforts, which has been great.
Yeah, that is something great. And it's really cool to see, how diverse EvenBound is with, the B2B companies and the B2C companies that you guys work with as well. And then ultimately with, helping them with, as you're mentioning, the example generating or lead generation. How can you help them with repositioning the things they need to do on their website, reworking their strategy? So it's great what you guys are doing in-house.
Yeah, thanks.
So now we're going to talk about the website. So what would you say are the major strengths of the website, but also opportunities for room for improvement as well?
Yeah, I really like this question. I think it's a good opportunity for like me to reflect on our brand. Like I mentioned before, I think a major strength of ours is our blog. We have so much content, and our content team is constantly refining and optimizing it. So search engines certainly appreciate that and see that. So we've been able to maintain some like very high ranking positions for some of our target keywords throughout the years. Whereas I think it can be easy for a company to write a blog, forget about it, and then that content kind of goes stale. They drop in the rankings. They're not getting as much organic traffic as they're used to. Whereas, like I said, we're really focused on maintaining that and keep making sure the content we're providing is up to date and accurate. In terms of an area for improvement, I think we definitely have an opportunity to like improve our branding. We're going to start investing in a like branding elevation project here in like Q3, Q4 this year. Because like you said, like we do a lot in inbound, outbound, HubSpot, web ops, rev ops. And so I just don't think our brand speaks to that as well as it could. And we did a big rebranding project a couple of years ago, but we've just grown so much in that time. So I think the biggest opportunity here is just letting people know who we really are and what we're capable of, and making that like very apparent as soon as you get to our website.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's great what you guys are planning for and what's to come as well. That way our audience can be able to keep up as well when when the rebrand is done, and they can be able to go see the website and, check out the blogs as well. Do you guys have a newsletter as well?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. We love to send out our content. And like another really helpful part of our website is we have like a resource section. So you can find our blogs, our podcasts, all of our content offers. We have like a great website grader, and I believe most of that's ungated. So like it's just yours to check out. But yeah, the branding project will be great, and hopefully you'll see a lot of it on social. And if you do sign up for a newsletter, I'm sure you'll see some of it there as well.
Amazing. That's great. I'm going to check it out myself too and sign up for the newsletter.
Perfect.
So now we're going to talk about you as a leader. So how does an average day look like for you?
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's such a tough question. Mainly because every day is so different, which I know everybody says. Typically, my day includes some variation of a client meeting, sometimes multiple client meetings, as well as internal meetings, and then dedicated time to think about strategy. So in my role as an account like client manager at EvenBound, I am responsible for a book of business, a certain amount of clients, and I'm their point of contact for everybody else on my team. So I'm kind of that bridge between their like what they're asking of us and the strategic conversations that we're having, and my team of subject matter experts. I mean, we have a content expert, we have PPC experts, HubSpot experts, and so I'm the one kind of facilitating that communication and that strategy to help grow their business. So yeah, a lot of time I do have to sit down with the team and talk about, hey, what can we do here? And then relaying that strategy back to the client and saying, this is what we're suggesting for you. Let's get it going. Here's what we need from you, things like that. But so with that, lots of meeting time and also lots of email time with clients.
Wow, definitely. Yeah, like you said, like very, very different day to day. But yeah, at least you have a plan and you're like, okay, I know where to block out time. I know when my time where I'm going to have my, deep strategy thinking and then focus on like clients and emails and getting back to them.
Yes, big believer in time blocking my calendar. That's like life hack I think everybody needs to get behind.
Honestly, yeah, exactly. It's how you prioritize so many things and it helps you to effectively get things done and still, being able to take care of any like last minute hiccups that may occur during the day.
Yes, yep, definitely.
So we're coming to the end of our interview now, and I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Amazing. So if there were no boundaries in technology, what would be the one thing that you would want to have fixed today in your role as a marketer?
Oh gosh, that's such a good question. If there were no boundaries, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the answer should do something with AI, like when you're typing an email and like we use Gmail, but it starts to like autocomplete your answer. If there could be some way where it could just write the whole email for me, and I think there is some like the AI we have now could probably do some form of that, but maybe just elevating it so you don't have to iterate on it so many times. Man, that's a good question though. I've never been asked that.
But I think the answer you gave, with like the email automation, I feel like that's something that a lot of people need because I feel like one of the things that at least myself as a marketer, I hate having to go through emails because like one by one, and it's like they might need something. Okay, I have to find what they need and then get back to them, or put it as like a to do later. And just knowing that I could have a tool that will take care of it for me, to where I could focus on other initiatives, would just be such a game changer.
Yes, like imagine that you got an email, it had a task in it, and it just put it in your task management software, and the right people got notified. Like, it would make my life so easy.
Yes, exactly. Now, what is the last book that you read?
Ooh, the last book I read was, do you want like a fictional book or like a book I read for like my job? Because I have both.
Well, then say both.
Okay, the last book I read for fun was The Housemaid. It's kind of like a mystery thriller. I'm in a book club, so I read that with my friends. That was our book of the month for June. And then the last book I read for work was actually just a couple weeks ago, and it was, I have it right over here, They Ask You Answer by Marcus Sheridan. And that my boss recommended it to me, and it was such a helpful read. I know he's going to be at EvenBound this year, and he was there last year, and so I'm really excited to like hopefully see him talk and get to hear more from him because he just has such great insight. And it's usually his advice is so simple, but we just like as marketers need to take it more seriously,
Yeah, definitely. So then for all of our listeners out there, should they expect to see the EvenBound team at EvenBound this year, the huge conference that HubSpot puts on then?
Yes. Yep. We'll be there. I believe it's like September 5th through 8th that week, right after Labor Day. So our team will be there. We love to connect with people. We love to meet up and like have conversations. I think that's such a great conference for just like meeting like-minded marketers. Even if you're not like using HubSpot or in the HubSpot world, there's so much conversation just on like marketing and digital and like technology in general right now. So super recommend that. And if you're there, definitely look us up and we'd be happy to meet up and chat.
Awesome. Perfect. Good to know, especially for our audience too. So for any of them that are going to the EvenBound conference, to keep an eye out for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at the end of our interview today. And I want to thank you so much for joining us on PathMonk Presents. But I also want to give you the last word. If anyone were to forget about everything we've talked about today in your interview, what is the one thing you want them to remember about EvenBound overall?
Yeah, another good question. If you could remember one thing about EvenBound, I think it's that we are truly a team of experts. With the 23-ish people we have on our team, we have over 350 HubSpot certifications and counting. We also have a ton of HubSpot certified trainers. And just, I think, even amongst other HubSpot agencies, our knowledge is really unmatched. And even if you're, again, not using HubSpot, those skills and that knowledge is really easily transferred to other like inbound marketing and outbound marketing programs. So I hope if you remember anything, it's that.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely will, for sure. All right, Kolby, thank you so much again. It was a pleasure. And for all of our listeners out there, check us out next week on PathMonk Presents.